Welcome to the 11th episode of this wonderful series, where we make tunnels the day has come. It's been 10 episodes of suffering. I know you've been looking forward to it. Today there will finally be tunnels. We have everything ready for the first tunnel. In the previous episode, if you didn't watch it, we finished the nether hub besides finishing the perimeter, and now we can start building the first tunnel. It's gonna go, of course, right here. Everything will go diagonally and it will have to make a little turn here. The survival Rubik one style to the perimeter was the same. It went one way, then turned. And as you can see, it leads us to our future witch farm. We'll have to prepare a good decoration for all of this, something cool, but, well, for now, we'll have a good transportation system or else this is terrible. In previous episodes, you've already seen that I've brought in people to help me move things forward. And today we've brought in a new member. He's around here, Bihamu. He doesn't know why I hit him. He's been here a long time and will help us, especially because this week the others aren't as available, so we need more manpower. This is something that will probably happen during the series, that we'll be bringing in more people, depending on whether they're simply absent or can't be there those weeks, or if they leave or whatever. We have all the materials here. There's just a little left, but we're going to start right away with a time lapse. I'll put Bihamu on the bottom, skip blue ice and mangrove, add all the glass and gojin on top, leaving out only the redstone one. And in theory, everything should look great. So would we be like a construction company? I don't know. Let's try it. He's going to move the portal.
You bump out episodes here like churros. Tunnel episode next.
No, a tunnel episode is just a minute and a half.
Only the tunnel. A 20-minute time lapse, one continuous shot.
Everything dragged on. Me saying, I don't know?
Well, guys, today's podcast is now officially started.
Let's go into the tunnel and see. Great, perfect, awesome. Now we just need this not to look ugly, because something that would have taken 3 or 4 hours has been done in 1 or even less. Building the tunnel took under an hour. It would have been so useful last week, right? It would have been the best then. I love it, so why move? What? I like it. Doing things afterwards, like the smelter we're gonna make after we've already kneaded everything. Cool, honestly, huh?
What straws?
Now we have to change this here, huh? But I fell down. Damn, that's a design problem that, huh? Of course, because there's a gap there. Oh, but these planks, wait, they're one facing out, right? I think it's a design problem. No, it's just 100 blocks, right? Or what?
Yeah, honestly, it is
We have to put buttons, oh?
that I pressed.
No, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back. We put mangrove buttons here and that's it. As you can see, it took less than an hour to build, actually even less with 3 people. We've done it. It looks very, very nice. I like it. The result could be bigger. I think I'll make the next ones bigger. This one feels claustrophobic, especially when flying with the Elytra. I'll need to make it wider. Now we're placing buttons because mobs are spawning and we hadn't noticed that. But it's really cool. I've done the math. The 3 of us spend about 90 minutes gathering resources and building this. But alone, it would have taken me 4.5 hours. First tunnel, huh? The first of many. Tunnel. Look, I haven't forgotten about the witch farm, okay? But I've been tired of having to use furnaces for a while now. We've had to use them here, look, for the tunnel. All of this, all these furnaces, this has to end. I'm about to build a giant industrial furnace, whatever you want to call it, and I've already designed it in creative mode. I've spent a whole day stressing about how to do it. Is it going to be like this? I mean like this? Remember, all of this will be inside a building, whether industrial or residential. And I'm going to have a chest there where I'll put shulkers full of stuff and everything will come out the other side already smelted. We'll probably use that farm for fuel, but anyway, less talking and more getting to work. I'm not sure how many people are online, but I need a lot, about 1,100 observers for this big task. Now, before anything else, I'm gathering all the materials, and I've been able to get everything more or less easily, everything very happily. But look, the main problem is that we need 1,100 observers, and there are only 260. I've brought all this quartz to craft, but I think it's not going to be enough. It's funny the bottleneck isn't redstone now, but this, though mining a bit, will fix it.
Alright, guys. I've been given the obvious task of collecting quartz from the nether, and we also need a bit of netherite for the armor and tools. For PMU, who's just joined, I'll use this chance to get netherite and quartz with some help. That's why I'm using the awesome video, the awesome short that my favorite YouTuber uploaded, to go down to layer 14. And well, I'm going to follow all the steps he showed me for using Trinitotoluene because it's been a long time since I last collected netherite. So, well, let's do it. That's right. Good luck. It's worth more. Quotes well, guys. In the end, I came back because I ran out of Trinitotoluene, but anyway, this is everything we've managed to get. Honestly, not much ancient debris, but since the main purpose was all the quartz, well, these are the ores I've collected. Now I'm going to make a small mountain here and we'll mine with Fortune 3 to see how it went. Well, guys, here it is. I'll give it to the guys, see if it's enough, and keep working.
Furnace design. Well, the furnace logic is basically copied from Kiki's design, who, by the way, is one of the founders of the server I made. Tour. Does it do anything? Is it on YouTube? Both should be uploaded when this episode airs. And I took his design and made a modification to how the items go in. I also did it with 4 of his modules since he made them. So it's 192 furnaces, which means it smelts 3 stacks in 8 seconds, which isn't bad at all. I think I've shown it in several episodes, but it's cool to see it as a group. Look, we've finished a layer with Elite Matica. We go up to the next one and keep going. We have a mod for the server called Syncmatic, which is like an addition to Elite Matica. We're putting layer by layer, each one of us. We can really see that the change in multiplayer is super cool. This is the best thing I've done in the series, not just for the timing, but because it's more enjoyable. I feel much more, I feel better. Man, I don't know how to explain it. Playing Minecraft with people is better, obviously, than playing alone. Let's continue with the time lapse. And why did I use his design? Should I explain it to you? We went through several designs, and I had a design made with minecarts that looked a lot like Aurigas's. But Caceres, who usually helps me with redstone, told me they caused a lot of problems. The minecarts broke down a lot. They cause a lot of lag, and in general, those designs aren't good, or at least he's not in favor of them. So he gave me this design from KK. I say it in English because I can't take his name Kaka seriously. Well, it's really fast because you need to suck up items very quickly. So I've had to do some kind of weird thing here with the minecarts for the entrance, but it worked. The thing is, it works, and that's what's important, and it works at the speed it needs to. Of course, nothing gets stuck, that's the thing. I can't say the same about Koval's farm, for example, and the good thing about this farm is that by using so many dispensers and observers, it doesn't lag as much because it doesn't have as many entities. And no, it's too technical, I don't know what to say, I trust Caceres. He says those machines cause fewer server issues than the other one, which I know from the sub-server. Many people have built designs with minecarts and entities. I trust this one more since it should cause fewer problems. The good thing is it's much more compact and noisier. That's true, but let's try giving industrial furnaces without minecarts a chance. We're building this layer by layer. Our biggest cost is filling these cauldrons with water, needed for the comparator to get a maximum signal. We're still here, there are 3 of us now, and I've been streaming for 2 hours. And between gathering materials and doing more or less, it's taken us 2 hours. So there's just a little bit left. I didn't want to leave this unrecorded because it's really interesting. Let me try to explain it. Each line of 84 furnaces has the speed of a hopper, and a hopper is limited. It moves items from one place to another at a very specific speed. Okay, so to move everything from a single shulker or a single chest to all 4 of these, I mean, you can't have 8 hoppers pulling from the same shulker or the same chest. That's something you can't do directly. So I've used this little trick. This is the part that, by the way, I've been doing, well, me, and it's helped me a bit. Hegochin too, but I've shown this in more episodes. I think I just really like this trick. I did it a couple of times there. It was unnecessary. Later I checked and it really wasn't needed. But if I put 4 of something here, you can see they disappear instantly, right? So let's break it down. Now I have that one between glass panes. You can see it here. And now we're going to do that one. After placing this, you have to put 2 mine carts here as best as you can, and they have to be there. It's very precise. I mean, this one here, as you can see, is picking up, and this one, if I put this one related, you won't understand me otherwise. So right now there are 2 flows, one that goes here, here, and to the 4 hoppers, and another that goes here, here, and to the 4 hoppers. All right, now we cover it with glass. Okay, they're simple here. Well, like this. 2 mine carts with hoppers. And I put a shulker on top of this. So you have to believe me because it was hard to do. I did a lot of tests in creative. You have to believe me that what it will do is distribute all the items from a shulker evenly at double hopper speed, or double the speed of a hopper, into each of these 4 modules. I'm going to finish it and show it to you in action. Okay? This is how it should work. Here we can place the shulkers. I have 3 ready with some items for you to see. They'll go here, and as you see, a shulker is unloaded. It works quickly since there's only 1 item to move, and any leftovers go here. And the items should have stayed here. I don't know why they got activated. No, of course, I made a mistake. It's just very automatic. Sorry, I should have cut this redstone, okay? Let's show it again with just 2 shulkers and add more items for better visibility. As you can see, the first one extracts the contents, and when finished, the next starts. I think it's pretty fast. And as you can see, they're empty here, and they must have split when there were only a few items. The division isn't precise. As you can see, there are 58 on each side. So these furnaces might get loaded a little more, maybe about 10 more items for each group of shulkers we send. But, well, it's not a big problem. Honestly, if I smelt millions of blocks, maybe there would be a pile up here. But it's not really relevant if anyone thinks about it. Like dividing a shulker into 8 hoppers at Minecraft speed? I mean, well, if someone manages to do it at 8 times the speed of a hopper, hey, let me know. I'd be happy to see it. And if I can change it, I will. But anyway, for now, this is the almost perfect item splitting system. And for now, we can't test the output system because I need to connect the fuel, and it's all going to come from here. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll probably remove the beacon now because it's bothering me. I feel like, my throat isn't sore, but the more I talk, the more my nose gets blocked and the more I sound like a chipmunk. Okay, look, maybe what you're seeing here doesn't make much sense to some of you, so I'll quickly explain what's going on here. The logs are going to come in and go straight to the crafter. When you craft wood in the crafter, you get 4. So 1 log turns into 4. Planks, so I want to split those 4 planks so that one goes this way, another goes this way, another goes here, and another goes here. Since this is already at maximum hopper speed, we need it split into 4. I've used this trick, which I learned a few months ago 1,000 times already and can't stop using it. The idea is this will launch the wood, grab 4 here, and if it works, 1 will go to each hopper and be split up. And why wood and not another fuel? Let me explain the theory to you. I have a wood farm next to me that gives me log blocks. So for every log block I get, if I turn them into planks, each one of these burns 1.5 items. So from 4, I can burn 6. And then I have the option to make a furnace in between. That turns those logs into charcoal, into vegetable coal. Okay? So for each piece of wood, I'm getting a charcoal that burns 8 items instead of 6. But in the production I needed to use up 1 piece of fuel. So doing the math, I actually get 7 items burned per log instead of 6. It's a pretty small improvement, and it's not really worth it to me because the planks aren't going to have as much loss as they actually do. But if I use 1 piece of charcoal to smelt 1 item, the other 7 are wasted. I imagine you know how a furnace works, right? So the law of least effort tells me, why bother building a whole intermediate step? I did this in Elite Craft 2 where I turned wood into charcoal to put it in the furnace when I could just make planks. It's basically the same and much easier to use. I've done the math. And if you put 1 piece of charcoal in each of the furnaces, you burn 23 stacks. And for example, a shulker has 27. So if you put in half a shulker, you're losing out. If you don't put them in multiples of 26, that's it. It's a bit tricky and irrelevant, but my curiosity isn't satisfied because it can't craft it right now. Look, is he taking it seriously? I'm gonna do it again. I'm freaking out, okay? Now, as you can see, he took it. The simple solution is to raise crafter 1 by a block, which makes the most sense. But here I have it set up like this, and it works. I guess it's because if I put something in the crafter, look, the minecart isn't placed. It seems like it can't reach it. Since I moved it by accident, it's accessing, so I have to move it again to stop it. I'm gonna copy myself and put the blocks outside instead of inside. To do it perfectly, it has to be divided by 4 and not end up taking from the crafter, okay? Now it should work. If I enter something here, it doesn't accept it. But if I activate it, then it does and divides it. Oh, a button. Now it's working. Wow, what a mess. I wasn't planning to record this, but it's true. Some viewers find Redstone basic, but others who watch me don't usually do Redstone, and it's not simple for them. And I know this helps, so I'm going to do it. I don't want to have this crafter firing continuously, so it's only going to fire when items are passing through this hopper. And this is done like this, simply. The way it works for me, I'm going to do it this way. There are other ways to do it, simply when the hopper is active. Here, this piston is activated. It's going to move this observer, and this observer will face this one. So when things fall in here, this observer will look at this one and start a super fast clock. And when it finishes sending things, there it is. It simply stops activating. That's all there is to it. And well, that's it. I know for some this will be very basic, but for others it's very necessary. So there you go. I've already connected everything. And as you can see, a lot of wood has been distributed. And we're going to do the first test, and this is going to be a whole shulker of stone, for example, because that way it makes smooth stone. But since the person who's editing this episode, who also edited episode 9, has made me time lapses. Well, they're not time lapses. They're really cool animations with the flashback. Let's say I'm going to give him the freedom to make one. Let's see, maybe he'll just tell me to get lost. But a presentation like, well, in English, it's showcase. A presentation of how this works, like that, with a bit of music and some cool shots. So here goes the industrial oven in action. It's crazy, really, these things. You don't realize how cool they are until you see them working, right? It didn't do all of them because I ran out of fuel. There wasn't enough fuel. But taking 2 or 3 minutes to make a whole shulker is a lifesaver for me. While I go to the bathroom or do anything else, it makes a shulker for me. This is almost for me. For my needs, I practically have an instant furnace. Well, I also have to say that obviously the system is set up so that if you have someone at the wood farm constantly activating it, this is covered. I mean, it's enough wood, enough speed. Well, actually, I've redone the calculations and what I said is not true. Okay, the speed isn't enough, but, well, it's not a big problem and it's just by a little. It's 0.4 seconds each time a hopper passes an item, right? That's a limited time. I just don't know what to call each hopper speed. In each of these modules, 2 of whatever needs to be smelted go in. Because they're running at double speed, these furnaces run at double hopper speed. But only 1 piece of wood is used as fuel, and it smelts 1.5. This shouldn't be a big problem, but, well, if I see that in the future it becomes a big problem, I'll try to do the charcoal thing, but for now I don't see it as necessary. If I had to put 100,000 blocks in here, then yes, I would change it just by being more or less supplied. I mean by spending a day, an hour. FK. Now I already have fuel for a long time. Now that we have the Nether Hub, I want to make a change. You know the portal started here because there was a ruined portal, then I moved it here, but this time I'm going to change it again. The Nether Hub is at 0, 0, but this portal isn't. Will it move from here? If I'm not mistaken, it was Bohemio and Pihamu who told me they were going to be online at a time when I wouldn't be, and if they could do something. And the truth is, yes, I told them we had to move the portal, and then look at what they've done. They've left me here. Made in the 0, in the 0, in the 0. They built the portal and connecting path for me, since having it is important, even with the ITRAs. For me, I want everything to be a bit connected, so the path is connected. I always ask them to record whatever it is. So that's it. I don't know if it'll be a cinematic, a clip, or something else, but that's how they do it. All right? It connects to the main path here. And from there, we can go anywhere. We'll keep improving these paths since right now I see there's nothing visually happening. I can't see the other buildings from here, so I might cut down some trees. We'll see as the buildings go up, but my goal is to connect these 4 portals. Should it work? I don't think it will be a problem. I come to the Nether Hub Center, and here I am. This also keeps me near the Iron Farm. I can reach it with just 1 or maybe 2 rockets. If I want to go to the house or anywhere, I'm just a flight away from everything. And that way I don't have to have portals everywhere. I like that, honestly. The 0, happened to coincide with that, with everything being more or less well distributed. The problem is the village that's over there, but well, we'll see about that. Let's see, I've run out of time for more in this episode. I know what some of you are thinking. Which farm? The perimeter exists for a reason, but I got distracted this episode. I enjoyed making the furnace and don't regret it, but we'll probably start the witch farm next time. I'm already low on redstone, so that'll wait until next time. I've mentioned this in other episodes, but I'm saying it again just in case. The next episode is already available for those of you who are channel members, and in a week that episode will be released publicly for everyone. And as always, so yeah, if you decide to support me, you have that little reward, okay? I just saw they were removing all the world litter and remaining machinery. It's good they took it out by hand themselves. I would have blown it all up with trinitrotoluene and we'd have lost, except maybe the observers. So that task, well, honestly, it's great. It saves us a lot of materials for the future. To wrap up, I'll climb up here now since you can't see them anymore. These are all the Magma Cube members featured on the channel. You're nearly filling the whole frame. Thanks for the support. See you next episode. Goodbye.